Hello, my name is Leah Sugarman. Welcome to your very gentle yoga practice. For this practice, no props are absolutely essential, but it might be helpful to have something to sit onto. So you're welcome to sit onto a pillow or a yoga block or a thick book or anything that you have, maybe a rolled up blanket or a towel, anything that you have that can help you to elevate your hips, but it's not essential. It can just make it a little bit more comfortable if you'd like it. So if you want that, grab it now and place it underneath your seat. And then release your feet down onto the mat with your knees bent. Take your left ankle and slide your heel in toward your pelvis. And then take your right ankle and cross it in front of that to slide your right heel underneath your left shin so that your left toes are underneath your right calf. And then simply relax the weight of your pelvis down toward the floor and lift and lengthen the crown of your head toward the sky. So let the weight of your legs become really heavy, and then let the weight of your spine feel really light. Soften and relax your shoulders away from your ears. And then take your hands to rest over your belly. You're welcome to keep your eyes open if you'd like. If it feels comfortable for you, you could just relax your gaze and maybe look down toward the floor, kind of allow your eyes to sort of glaze over. Or if it feels comfortable, you could close your eyes. So wherever you choose to be, just bring your awareness inside. And draw your attention to your breath. And just start to take notice of its rhythm and its pace, its cadence, its depth. And then on your next inhale, draw air in through your nose and imagine this air drawing in through your nose and reaching down through your throat. Let it fill your chest and expand your lungs and expand your rib cage out three-dimensionally and reach all the way down to where your hands rest on your belly and feel your hands lift. And then as you exhale, visualize the air releasing back out. Feel your hands kind of deflate, the belly deflate beneath your hands, and then feel your rib cage draw in, your chest deflate. Feel the air move out your throat and then back out through your nostrils. Again, breathe in through your nose. Visualize the breath moving all the way down to your belly as your hands are lifted by the movement in your belly. And then exhale, visualize the air release all the way back out through your nose. Feel your belly deflate beneath your hands. Inhale, breathe all the way down toward your hands. Exhale, slowly release it back out. Do this 2 more times, follow your own rhythm. And then once you finish, simply relax your hands down. And continue to breathe in this way. Visualize the breath coming all the way down to your belly and then releasing all the way out through that space. Keep these full, deep breaths and find a really gentle rhythm to the breath. And on your next inhale, stretch up through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, slowly release your right ear towards your right shoulder. Let the weight of both of your shoulders melt down toward the floor. And consciously relax the muscles in your jaw and your face. And if this feels good, you're more than welcome to stay as you are. If you would like to, you can take your right hand and just gently rest it over your head. And then relax the weight of your arm. So try not to push or pull on your neck here, but just allow this little bit of extra weight to deepen the release in your neck. Inhale deeply. And if your right arm is above your head, exhale, slowly release it back down. Gently draw your head back up to neutral and refocus your gaze or open your eyes if you've closed them. And then take your right fingertips behind your right hip, draw your left hand to your right knee. And with an inhale, root into your sitting bones and lift up tall through the crown of your head. Let your spine really lengthen. And then from that length, exhale to spiral and twist your whole torso toward the right. As you inhale, grow even taller through your back. And as you exhale, spin and twist your torso a little bit further toward the right. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to rotate. Inhale to slowly unwind your twist. Come back to center. And then release your right hand down beside your right hip. Stretch and extend your left arm up toward the sky. And root your left sitting bone firmly into the floor as you reach up through your left fingertips. Grow tall through your spine. And then as you exhale, lean the weight of your whole torso toward the right. Continue to ground down into your left sitting bone and reach out through your left fingertips. Strive to lengthen both sides of your waistline, and then from that length, spin and twist your heart toward the ceiling. Inhale, root firmly against the floor to slowly rise back up into a seat. And then lean your weight back into your hips so you can lift your feet off the floor. And again, plant your feet down onto the mat, maybe as wide as your mat with your knees bent. And switch the cross of your legs. So this time catch a hold of your right ankle, draw your right heel in toward your pelvis. And then catch a hold of your left ankle and slide your left heel underneath your right shin so that your right toes wiggle underneath your left shin. Just changing the cross of your legs and resettle into this position. Ground your sitting bones to the floor or your prop and reach up tall through the crown of your head. Relax your shoulders. Come back to that relaxed rhythm in your breath. Visualize the breath drawing all the way down to your belly and then slowly releasing out all of this space. And again, you can soften your gaze or close your eyes. Inhale deeply and stretch the crown of your head up. And as you exhale, slowly release your left ear toward your left shoulder. Again, allow the weight of both of your shoulders to melt to the mat. And soften your jaw. Soften your cheeks. Soften your eyebrows. Let gravity just do this work for you. And again, you're more than welcome to stay as you are. Or if you would like to, you can reach your left arm up and then just gently rest your left hand over your head as you relax the weight of your arm. So again, be cautious here not to push or pull on your neck, but simply allow this extra weight, the weight of your arm, to allow your neck to surrender deeper into the stretch. Inhale deeply. And if your left arm is over your head, exhale, slowly release it back down. And then gently draw your head back up to neutral. Refocus your gaze or flutter your eyes open. And then take your left fingertips behind your left hip. Draw your right hand to your left knee. And inhale, ground down against your sitting bones to grow tall through your spine and stretch the crown of your head up. And then exhale, spin and rotate your whole torso to the left. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, spin and rotate your torso. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, spiral and twist. Even within the twist, visualize your breath drawing all the way down to your belly. Inhale deeply. Exhale to slowly unwind your twist. And take your left hand down beside your left hip. Root into your right sitting bone. And then reach and extend your right arm up toward the sky. Create length through your right side body. Inhale deeply here. And as you exhale, lean your torso toward the left. Keep rooting into your right sitting bone as you stretch out through your right fingertips and create even more length in your right side body. Lengthen both sides of your waist and then spin your heart to face up toward the sky. Inhale, root down against the floor. Slowly draw yourself all the way back up into a seat. And exhale, draw the soles of your feet to touch. So again, you're welcome to stay seated on something if you have something underneath your seat, if that feels comfortable for you. And you can decide if you'd like your heels to be really close in towards your pelvis, or if it feels nicer, you can draw your heels further away from you. You might want to be somewhere about halfway in between. So just play around with the distance between your feet and your pelvis that feels good for you. And then ground down into your sitting bones and take your fingertips behind your hips. Press against your fingertips to lift up through your spine and stretch the crown of your head toward the sky. Allow the weight of your legs to become really heavy. Let your knees just kind of flop open. And you're welcome to stay here if this feels nice for you. If you would like to, you can bring your hands forward in front of you. Maybe they rest on your legs, maybe they rest on the floor. And then fold the weight of your torso forward and down over your legs. Now you're welcome to do this in a few ways. You may wish to keep your spine elongated as you fold. Or perhaps it feels nicer for you to round your back body as you surrender forward and down. So again, you can play around with what feels good for you. Find the option that you like best today, and it might be different tomorrow, and that's totally fine. So just find what feels good in this moment, and then allow yourself to soften into the pose. Wherever you are, visualize your breath drawing all the way down towards your belly. And then if you fold it forward, inhale to slowly rise back up. If you're sitting on any props, release them over toward the side of the mat now. And then cross your ankles and roll forward onto all fours. So you're welcome to add some padding underneath your knees if you'd like. You could always place a towel or a blanket or a pillow under your knees. You could always double up your mat there. And then align your shoulders roughly over your wrists and your hips roughly over your knees. Now, if this causes sensitivity in your wrists, you could just change the positioning of your hands. Maybe you angle your fingers out slightly. Maybe they turn to the sides of your mat. Maybe you prefer to be up on your fists and create more of a neutral angle in your fists. Or maybe you prefer to be down on your forearms. So again, you can play around with what feels best for you right now. So wherever you choose to be, create a lot of length in your back body. Reach the crown of your head forward, stretch your tailbone back behind you. Now on an inhale, relax the weight of your belly toward the floor. Gently hug your shoulder blades toward each other and expand your chest forward between your arms. Option to lift your gaze and look up toward the sky. As you exhale, ground firmly against your palms and then round into your back body. Tuck your tailbone under, curl your lower back, round your upper back and draw your shoulder blades apart, and then draw your chin toward your chest and look toward your belly button. Inhale, soften the weight of your belly down. Hug your shoulder blades together. Draw your chest forward and through between your arms. Option to look up. Exhale, root firmly against your hands. Round your whole spine. Draw your belly in and up and maybe look toward it. Now continue to move just like this. Flow between these shapes in your spine. Opening the chest and then rounding the back. Find the simple movements here as you articulate each joint in your back body. Take one more breath in each direction, and all the while, think about how your breath draws all the way down to your belly. And then on your next inhale, find your way back into a neutral position. Stretch the crown of your head forward, lengthen your tailbone back behind you. Untuck your toes if they're tucked under, and then just release your weight back towards your heels. Soften the weight of your torso down over your legs, and soften the weight of your head toward the floor. You're welcome to have your knees either together or apart. Find what feels comfortable here. You're welcome to place any sort of pillows or blankets between your seat and your heels, or maybe you want to slide them underneath your ankles to add a little bit of extra support there, or under your knees or between the crease of your knees. So really just play around with any way to make this shape really comfortable. And take a moment here to restore your breath. Find that steady rhythm once again. Feel the expansion of your breath all the way down towards your belly. And then on your next inhale, ground down into your palms. Once again, lift the weight of your hips and rise back up into your tabletop position. So align your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Again, feel free to take any arm variations here that you like to get comfortable in this shape. And find length in your spine. So stretch the crown of your head forward, lengthen your tailbone back behind you. Inhale deeply here. And as you exhale, turn to look over your right shoulder, and then draw your right shoulder toward your right hip and draw your right hip towards your right shoulder. So you create kind of like a C curve in your spine. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, turn to look over your left shoulder. Draw your left shoulder towards your left hip. Draw your left hip towards your left shoulder, creating that C curvature in your back body. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, create that C curve towards the right. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, turn toward the left. Now continue to move just like this. Follow your own breath and let your breath guide the movements in your body. Take one more breath in each direction. And slowly come back to your neutral tabletop position. And then release the weight of your hips back down onto your heels. Walk your hands over toward the side of your mat so you can release your hips to one side and then stretch your legs forward in front of you. So again, if you have props that you want to use to place underneath your seat, grab them now. Sit up onto any blocks, blankets, pillows, anything that you have for support here that you like. You're always welcome to sit on the floor if that feels more comfortable for you. So find what you like. And then from here, bend deeply into your right knee, plant the sole of your foot onto the floor. And then lift your right foot and cross it over your left leg to plant the sole of your foot on the outside edge of your left foot. Root firmly against the floor as you lift and lengthen your whole spine up toward the sky. And then take your right fingertips behind your right hip and spiral and twist your torso toward the right. You're welcome to take your left elbow and place it around your right shin so that you can kind of give yourself a little hug as you draw your leg in towards your body and spin your torso to the right. Root down into your sitting bones, and with every breath you take, lift your spine a little bit higher and then spin your torso a little bit further to the right. Inhale deeply. Exhale, slowly unwind your twist. Stretch your right leg back forward in front of you. And this time bend deeply into your left knee. Plant the sole of your foot down onto the floor. And then lift your left foot and cross it over your right knee. Ground your foot down onto the mat. Root into your sitting bones. Stretch the crown of your head toward the sky. Find length in your spine. And then take your left fingertips behind your left hip. Keep the length you created and spin your torso toward the left. And you could stay as you are, or if you want to, you could hook your right elbow over your left shin and gently use the strength of your arm to hug your leg in towards your body and allow your torso to spin a little bit further. So with every breath in, lengthen your spine a little bit taller, a little bit higher. And with every breath out, spin your torso, your chest a little bit further toward the left. All the while, visualize your breath moving down to your belly. Inhale deeply. And exhale, slowly unwind your twist. Stretch your left leg forward in front of you. So again, you're welcome to have props underneath your seat. You're welcome to bend into your knees and place anything you like underneath your knees as well. So you could place blankets or pillows or anything that you have to support your legs here as well. If it feels comfortable for you, you're welcome to have your legs straight. And then from here, take your fingertips back behind your hips and root down into your fingers to lift and lengthen your spine up. So you're welcome to stay as you are, or option to walk your hands forward and fold the weight of your torso forward and down. So just like you did earlier, you have the option to keep an elongated spine as you fold, or if it feels nicer for you, you could round your back as you fold. So just decide what feels best for you right now. And whatever you choose, let yourself settle and relax into the stretch. Focus on your breath. Visualize every inhale drawing all the way down to your belly. Now, if you folded, inhale to slowly rise and back up, and then find your way onto your back. Bend your knees and plant your feet on the floor. And just pause for a moment. Allow the weight of your body to sink down. And then from here, lift your right foot off the floor and cross your right ankle over your left knee. Allow the weight of your right knee to open out toward the side of your mat. And you're welcome to stay just like this, or if you'd like to, you can lift your left foot off the floor and interlace your fingers behind your left thigh. Gently use the strength of your arms to hug your legs in toward your body, but then counter this by drawing your right knee away from you. Inhale deeply. If your left leg is lifted, exhale, slowly release it back down to the floor. Release your right foot down to the floor and pause for a moment. Just observe any little differences from side to side. And then when you're ready, lift your left foot off the mat. Cross your left ankle over your right knee and just allow the weight of your left knee to open toward the side of your mat. And feel free to stay exactly as you are if this feels nice for you. Or option to lift your right foot off the floor and interlace your fingers behind your right thigh. And if you take this option, just gently use the strength of your arms, draw your legs in towards your body, and then counter this by using the strength of your left leg to draw your left knee away from you. Inhale deeply. And if your right leg is lifted, exhale, slowly release it back down to the floor. Gently release your left foot down and pause for a moment. From here, bend deeply into both of your knees. Hug them in towards your chest. You can wrap your arms around your legs if you'd like. Maybe interlace your fingers or hold onto your elbows. Just find what feels nice. You could also just hold onto your legs themselves. And you could stay in stillness or maybe just gently sway your hips from side to side and massage your lower back against the floor. Wherever you are, take another deep breath in. And then as you exhale, release your legs down toward the bottom of your mat and let your feet be roughly as wide as your mat. Allow your heels to turn in and your toes to flop out, so let your legs completely relax. And then release your arms by your sides. Turn your palms to face up toward the sky if that feels comfortable for your shoulders. And allow the weight of your shoulders to just sink down toward the earth. Option to soften your gaze or close your eyes. Let your body become really heavy. Feel the force of gravity pushing down against you, and allow yourself to surrender to that force and feel supported by the earth beneath you. Let your full weight be held so that you can relax muscular control of your whole body. Relax control over your breath. And even soften control over your mind. Let every drop of you completely relax here. Give yourself permission to surrender into this final resting pose. Slowly bring your attention back to your breath. Feel your belly rise and fall with every inhale and every exhale. Gently wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Invite small, gentle movements into your physical body. And then reach your arms up above your head and stretch from your fingers to your toes. Lengthen your whole body. And when you feel ready, draw both of your knees into your chest and slowly roll over onto one side. And gently press the mat away from you and rise up into any comfortable seat that you like. You're always welcome to grab any props that you want to sit on top of. Ground down into the floor, lift and lengthen through your spine, and either relax your gaze down to the floor or close your eyes completely. And as you return to this place where you began your practice, just Observe any changes that your practice may have created. Maybe in your body, maybe in your breath, maybe in your mind. Bring your palms to meet in front of your heart. And gently bow your chin towards your chest. Acknowledge yourself for showing up for your practice today. Thank you for sharing your practice. I'll see you next time.